From time to time, he would loosen up and fuck with you on the roof. You'd see him on the roof stretching, getting sun, and making noises. But he was a fucking primitive. Like, for example, he saw Superbad's dad in a tree. You know, like it had nothing to do with him. Like, he could have just kept walking. He looked up. I was in my bathroom, and I heard something. I open the window, and I look outside, and I see fucking Demi and Harry's dad fucking with his tail. It looked like a pole. Like it looked like he had been harpooned by a stick. I didn't know, and he was walking weird, and I didn't know what he was looking at. So I didn't know if somebody had shot him with something. It was the weirdest moment ever. And then I see him run up a fucking fence like a monkey. He jumps on the roof, and he goes from one end of the roof to the other, pacing. And I see what he was looking at. He was looking at Superbad's dad, my cat's dad. That was just on a tree, not bothering nobody.
Harry's dad.
No, Superbad's dad. That's black and white.
Oh, okay.
And he looked at Superbad's dad, and he was fucking going back and forth. And finally, he walked 50 yards and jumped up a tree in a garage just to get at Superbad's dad. I saw him
fight him.
Dog, they fought on the tree to almost
Did you videotape it?
No, I wasn't that hip at the time.
Oh, man.
I was scared for both of them. I didn't mind videotaping. I was scared for the both of them. I liked the both of them. I didn't want them to fucking...
Yeah.
They were on that tree fucking going at it for like 50 seconds, and they just fell down, and you heard them, and then I lost them. And I go, fuck. And then I went outside, and I saw the father licking himself, samurai, like just licking his wounds. He had like a stitch over his eye. He was bleeding and shit, but he didn't give a fuck. I would go out there and leave cat food for him. He would never eat it. That's how he would spit it back at me like, fuck you. I don't eat that shit. That's for pussies. I'm a fucking cat, Jack. And he was Siamese beautiful, but his balls were black. Like he had huge black balls. He had grown so much, the testosterone, that he would even walk like a bull. His balls would just bounce like a bull. You don't know how many times I saw him. We lived on Selma and Schrader. And you don't know how many times I saw him chasing a cat by Highland, which is 4 blocks away. Like, he didn't want no male cats in his neighborhood. Like, he wanted it known. Like, I'll fucking kill you. And I don't know, the last time I saw him, my wife gave him...
How does he walk? I feel like he's got like a badass walk or something.
we left that neighborhood in 2009, and we hadn't seen him in about a year. And the last time my wife saw him, he had a big gash over his eye, and it was infected. So she gave him like something with an antibiotic in it. So the swelling would go down or something.
A cream?
Something, some
Bacitracin?
And he wouldn't eat it. And that was the last time we saw him. And I have a picture of him somewhere.
He's gone?
Who knows? Who knows with that motherfucker? I mean, in my mind, motherfuckers like that never die. He's somewhere just getting stitched up, like Rambo or something. He's like on a farm somewhere.
Wow.
But it was really an education to have, and now to still have those cats and to look at Superbad. Superbad is a rare motherfucker because I fed him. He was dead pretty much. He had gotten that disease where your stomach swells up from living outside, Lyme or something like that, Lyme disease. And my wife just brought him upstairs to die pretty much. She didn't want him to die outside. So she brought him and his brother up, and his brother died the first night. So Superbad was there the next morning. And I'm like, I don't want another cat dying in my house. That's not going to happen. So I started feeding him oatmeal cookies. My wife had these soft and gooey oatmeal cookies. He wouldn't eat cat food. He wouldn't drink water. He was pissing on himself. His legs were yellow. Superbad is white. His legs were fucking yellow. And I just, fuck. All I know is if I was dying, I'd want somebody to give me some fucking lobster tails and butter. Don't show up with a fucking Slim Jim and a fucking Snickers bar. I'll spit in your face and I'll haunt you from hell. You understand me? You come over, you drop a fucking mozzarella sandwich with fucking prosciutto on me with a tomato and sliced peppers. I'll fucking make sure you get laid every day from hell. I'll send postcards. I'll make sure you bump into women. I swear to God. He's dying, so I didn't know what to give him. So I went in there with oatmeal cookies, and he started eating oatmeal cookies. And he went from eating like a little oatmeal cookie, a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more. I kept going in there every hour. He kept eating. And you know what? 2 days later, he was getting his 2 front legs were up. So I kept giving him the oatmeal cookies and a little bit of milk, oatmeal cookies, a little bit of milk. And that motherfucker got up. You ever see those people in churches? You ever stay up till 4 and you see those retarded people in churches? They show up at a church with like a fake wheelchair. They're on the floor drooling. And the white priest comes over with a lot of white teeth and he hits him in the head and he goes, "You're
And he
healed."
starts speaking in tongues?
Yeah, and he hits him in the head and the healed. Dog, I was sitting on my living room floor watching TV.
I've seen that live.
And all of a sudden I looked to my left and there's Superbad next to me. And he just collapses because that 5 steps from the bathroom to the living room must have killed him. And he came up like this cat had never
Oh my God.
come close to me, never talked to me, never winked an eye on me. His brothers and sisters would play with me, not that motherfucker. But for me giving him those oatmeal cookies, he walked out to thank me. I'll never forget that. He actually made it out, walked out, rubbed like his nose on my fucking elbow, and fell down. And I played with him a little more. I'm like, we were like in shock. We gave him some more oatmeal. He didn't make it back to the bathroom. I picked him up and brought him back. But 3 days later, he was walking back and forth. And today, 8 years later, I still got Superbad in my house right now. The point of the story is, like, every time I have oatmeal cookies now, he still comes over to me, that motherfucker. The other day, I had oatmeal cookies after Thanksgiving. Somebody gave me oatmeal cookies. And I got home one night, and I go, look at that oatmeal cookies. And I looked, and there he was.
Can he eat a whole oatmeal cookie by himself?
If I break it up into pieces, no, he'd get sick. I would just break up a couple pieces.
Like a fourth of a cookie.
Yeah, and you listen to him. He goes, oh. He really gets excited. Like today he was with my wife. He was 10 feet away, and I could still hear him purring. Like he's like, out of all the cats, he gets fucking excited. Like he fucking purrs, Jack.
Wow.
You can hear it. He goes fucking ape shit. At night the cats come out and they fuck around with you. You play with one for 2 minutes. This guy comes over, and I was watching because what I did was I went to season 1 of Narcos.
You just went back to restart it?
I had to.
It's great.
I had no fucking choice. I wanted to see the acting. I wanted to see what I missed. I'm one of those idiots that gets high at night, and I'm on Stars, and I try to watch an episode. And I really didn't watch it. I'm just sitting there fucking drooling on my shirt. And then I go back, and I saw a bunch of things. I saw how Tata grew and all that. Anyway, I'm sitting there, and Superbad jumps on me. And let's say he's on my legs. If he's on my legs and I'm watching TV, he'll get right here on my left-hand side, and he'll reach for me for my shirt. And once he reaches for me, I got to declaw the shirt and then hug him and play with him, and that's how it goes until he gets sick and tired of fucking being there. He's cool as fuck. You see how he was with your wife that day?
Oh, yeah.
He's cool as fuck, but you can't get rid of him. He's like fucking the herp. You'll never get rid of that motherfucker if you get in love, which I don't mind. But, he starts on you and then he climbs. If you have a nice shirt, I can't have him sit on you because you'll have 1,000 holes. I look at my shirts and nice fucking $80 fucking shirts, and I got holes in them because he's a nightmare. When he jumps on you, and he doesn't mean it. He loves you. He really fucking is a loving cat, you know?
Doesn't Harry do that, but he does it with, like, your legs?
With your legs, yeah. Harry always fucking jumps and holds on to your legs and then pulls himself up like I'm Mount Olympus, you know? And the next thing you know, I got 3 little Bruce Lee scars on my fucking leg. And I don't mind. Listen, that's the cost of having fucking cats. So the other night he starts on your left side, then you move him, and then he fucking climbs on the couch, and then he eagerly creeps up on your shoulder, and he puts his nose on your neck, which again, I can't get mad at him. He's like a dog. Superbad's a fucking dog, you know. Superbad went from one extreme to the other as an animal. Superbad went from had no contact and running outside when the girls would sit and they were young kittens to you can't get rid of him. It was just, he's like the kid from In the Night. You know, he went in there a nice kid, he came out with a tattoo, he's snorting heroin. That's Superbad.
Right.
And not in a bad way. He went from being completely antisocial, just being super bad. Just being fucking super bad. Like, that's why I gave him that name, because I wasn't too thrilled with him when he lived outside.
What would he do? Like, why didn't
They
he
were
like him?
fucking kittens, but he was buck wild. They had a corner. Their mom was on one side of the fence, and they were tiny babies on the other. And they went, they would go out and spread out. First they would stay 3 feet from the mom, then they would go out 6 feet from the mom, then 9 feet from the mom. And as they got older, and I'd leave at 6 in the morning, and they'd be sleeping with the mom still. Like cuddled up. It was cold out in L.A., it was that time of the year, and they'd be cuddled up with the mom. They had that little corner. I worried about them. That was the only real litter back there that I got to see from A to Z. For a while there, it was just cats popping up and dying. This was like after a long stretch of no kittens, this was her last litter. And then she had those 4 cats.
Okay.
After she had like fucking 6 litters back there. And the females that were growing up, they were having kittens back there. And the whole building was giving away fucking kittens, and people coming and getting kittens. And every morning you wake up and there'd be a dead kitten. When they were young, he would kill the father.
Oh yeah, samurai.
Samurai would kill him. So he could fucking get the mom again, give her a stabbing. So for some reason, I used to go outside a lot in those days. It was 2007. And I was doing Kempo, karate with these dudes.
Okay.
And they would always do forms. And I was 380. And they said to me, listen, man, I want you to do this during the week just to stretch out your joints and get your legs thinner. And I was doing these Tai Chi things, these stretches. So I would go outside and they'd all be there. And I'd watch them. And, at one point there were 6 or 8 weeks. I don't know. I'm not a fucking doctor. I'm not a veterinarian. But I could see that the rest of them would stay we had a barbecue back there.
Okay.
It was a community barbecue. It was real clean and shit. It was 20 feet from when they were born, where they were living. And that's as far as they would stray. Not Superbad. He'd go on the fucking roof.
He'd get on the roof of the building?
He'd get on the roof of the building. He was always like way ahead of the other 3 fucking kittens. And there was a boy. And he was crazy, but not as crazy as fucking Superbad. So it got to the point where I would go upstairs and worry about the 3 kittens. I go, Superbad ain't gonna be there in the morning. Because he's so fucking crazy. He's gonna fight with a possum. He's gonna fight with a raccoon or a skunk. There was raccoons back there. I would hear them back there at night, and I'd fucking run down with a fucking stick and a shovel. It was that type of stuff towards the end. And
Jesus.
Something happened one day. I got home, and my wife was telling me that the cats were sick outside. That they weren't the same as they were. She goes, especially that fucking Superbad. I know for a fact something's wrong with them. Because that motherfucker hasn't moved in 2 days. So she hunted those cats down and tried to save their lives and give them vitamins and stuff. It was surreal how many cats she had saved back there. It was her and a Japanese lady that were back there every day feeding them the cats with milk from a bottle, and it was just surreal. It was and then it died down, and we had those last 4, and then we brought up the 2 boys, and the 1 boy died, and I kept Superbad, and then we gave the sisters away. Sisters were gone for 3 weeks. Lulu and Evie were gone, and the girl called. She goes, I can't take them. They're gonna kill my cat. They were kittens, but they were that blood was in them. The cat was giving them shit. These 2 girls were going, really? And they started circling the cat, and she had to put him in the bathroom. Evie's not kosher. Evie moves as fast as a fucking snake, and she'll take a chunk out of your arm. You gotta really watch Evie. That's why Evie don't come out. Evie knows that she's badass. So she doesn't. I saw Demi fucking around with Superbad one day, and she ran out of that hole and smacked Demi in the head 4 times. Demi didn't know what had happened. He just ran away, and she went right back to her hole like nothing fucking happened.
Oh my God.
The 2 girls, Lulu and Evie, Lulu's a little old and fat now, so she can't move like she used to. But those 2 girls could throw a fucking beating on you. Evie, till this day, I don't put my face by Evie.
Really?
Yeah, I don't put my face by Evie. The only way I'll put my face by Evie is if she's looking that way and I'm petting her from behind. I kiss her in the head. If you get Evie riled up, don't move your hand real quick. That hand is history. She'll clock it twice and then bite the fingertip. So you have to get her excited and for her to turn, and while she's turning, you go back and she'll turn real quick and swat twice at you.
Jesus Christ. That's such like a crazy thing to have to know.
You have to know this with Evie. Evie doesn't, you've never seen it, really. You've seen it maybe once.
I don't really play with Lulu or Evie.
Nah, they don't want to be played with. They don't want to be fucked with. They don't want to be loved. Lulu, I got it. Lulu's my girl. Lulu, I love. She's my princess.
Really?
Oh, I was playing with her when I started bleeding from my nose this afternoon. Lulu, you got to warm her up, and then she'll play with you. She's the cutest cat I've ever seen at that age. Her face is just, I've never seen a face like that in a cat. When you get her happy and she's meowing.
Really? She's really cute.
And you play with her, you get like a string, and you play with her. Like, you can play with her for a long time. She's that type of cat. But Evie, you got to be kicked. Evie will leave on her own. Because she knows I'm getting pissed off already. Like, she'll say it to herself. Like, I'm getting pissed off at this motherfucker.
So I gotta leave?
Like, if Demi's there and I'm giving Demi love, when she comes up, I got to drop Demi.
Really?
She doesn't want no games. She doesn't bother you a lot. She doesn't come out every night. But when she comes out, scram. And when I put him down, as he's leaving, she'll swat at him and shit. He'll look at her like, what the fuck?
Just for being there?
Just for being there. Just for fucking principle.
Jesus Christ.
And then she'll come over and she'll let me pet her head and rub her thing and call her beautiful. And then I pick her up a little bit. And on her own, she'll just take off. And that's it.
I think this is why cats like get a bad name. Because this is like why I don't have a cat. Like, besides the allergies, this is my only experience with cats. Either they hate or they were mean. So, like, your cats are like the first cats that are, like, actually enjoyable to be around.
No, they're very enjoyable to be around because that's the love I've given them. You follow me? You get what you give in with anything.
Right.
With anything. And I don't know. At the point when I met Terry, that cat was what I needed. It's the dumbest fucking thing to talk about. But it really is. It was like I needed something.
To take care
and
of?
He filled that void. I don't know. Because we hit it off right away. And it got to the point where it slowed me down a little bit. I would come home more in the afternoons instead of staying out. What's up, you bad motherfuckers? I'm usually showing you pictures of reefer, and me getting high, and me fucking around. I'm gonna introduce you to a cat that's got more heart than anybody you fucking ever met in your life, alright? This guy is not the best looking dude in the world. He kind of smells fucked up from time to time. When I first met him, he was a little fucking kitten. And he wouldn't mess with me at all, and I call him Superbad. This guy's got more heart than fucking Alvarez and shit. Alright, this guy is a fucking, look how he bites and shit, he don't give a fuck. But he licks you like a dog. Superbad. Look at him, he's a little motherfucker too. Look at him. He's always trying to bite me, this little fuck. Look at him. But this guy, let me tell you something. If I had $1 million cash, or this guy and there was a fire, I'd go for this guy first. Because you can't replace this little motherfucker. Look at him. He's just a little scumbag from day one. He'll lick you for a while, then he'll bite you. But he's just telling you that he loves you. This guy was dead. This is the guy I made a promise that if he would live, I'd never do coke again. That was 9 years ago today. Look at him. Not 9 years ago today, but that was 8 years ago. It's going to be 9 in November. When have you seen a cat lick somebody? He licks your hands. So now he bites you and he licks your hands. Nobody. This isn't the best looking cat in the world. He's not a fucking strange mix. You know, he's not no fucking whatever. But in the world of love and fucking, balls, I used to have this cat that was 3 times the size of this motherfucker. And Superbad went after him one day, and they fell in a fucking laundry basket, and they almost fought to the fucking deck if I wouldn't have got him out of there. This guy's got the heart of a fucking... Look at you, cocksucker. Cocksucker. I tell you what, you see this right here? I care more about this little guy than I have these fucking mutts I contact every day. This guy's got more heart than fucking balls. This is my Superbad. Look, he's a fucking scumbag, but that's why I love him. Like I always say, I don't like nice fucking people. Nice people make me fucking nervous. It's savages like this. Look at him. And he don't bite me hard. He's just dicking around me to let me know he loves me. Look at him. I don't leave the house. This guy licks my hand, I find a $20 bill. That's how solid this motherfucker is. Yesterday was National Dog Day. In my world, it's fucking cat day and dog day every fucking day, okay? That's how I look at things. If you got an animal, any fucking animal, I don't care if it's a fucking parrot, I don't care if it's a pet ant, you gotta honor these motherfuckers every day. Because what they bring to your life, my friend, you'll never find anywhere else. There he goes. And that's it. That's the fucking minute report with my main man, Superbad. It's not all about reefing, strangling people, and doing drugs and fucking around. Sometimes you gotta give animals love. So for all you national motherfucking animal days, suck my dick. In my house, it's National fucking Cat and Dog Day and Parrot Day every fucking day, okay? Stay black. Uncle Joey loves you, cocksuckers. How, it's so weird. 2020's coming.
I know, man. That's crazy.
This is why I wanted to get you on, to just talk to people. I tell people all the time, if you're thinking of doing resolutions and you wait until January 1st, you lost already.
Yeah.
Start right now.
Yeah, people like to. Oh,
start
I'm going to start.
Because December means 10 pounds. Mm-hmm. People have no idea that once you hit December, it's 10 pounds, matter what.
I don't know what it is, man. Around this time of year, December's I fucking crave 10 pounds. Sweets.
Sweets, they're everywhere.
Fucking sweets, man.
You know what I had yesterday?
Pie, I want all this shit.
Yesterday I had a rough day. I put my cat away.
Yeah,
12
man.
fucking years.
Sucks, dude.
I had to put him down, and this is the one I made the promise to the quit cocaine. I made 1,000 promises to 1,000 people, and the one I kept was to a cat that didn't even know he made a promise. I just got on my hands and knees and said, God, if you save this cat, I'll never snort coke again. I had to put him down yesterday. And when my wife got back, I didn't feel too good. When she left, I thought I was having a stroke, because I got up and I laid on the floor with him until they took him, and I hadn't eaten, and I got up just to make a protein shake. And I made a wrong protein shake. Like I put mayonnaise in it.
Oh, shit.
Like I did shit. I don't even know what I put in it. I put the wrong. I don't even put milk in protein. I make a protein shake with water. And I put milk and ice cream. I go, what am I doing? That's how disheveled I was. I had to start from scratch. But when she got back, she goes, what do you want to do? And I go, listen, I know that you're too upset to cook. We got a couple pieces of sushi. And when we walked out, she goes, are you happy? And I go, I feel a little better. And she goes, what would make you happy? And I go, honest to God, something that I haven't had since I started jiu-jitsu or anything. She goes, what's that? I go, a piece of apple pie. Just because I'm petrified of diabetes. Petrified, Professor. So I said, let's go get it. So we went over to 420, and we split a Dutch apple pie with ice cream, That was the extent of it. But usually I watch myself a lot in December.
Yeah.
Because those cookies add up.
Yeah, man, I don't typically eat a lot of sweets.
I could eat a box of candy canes if you let me.
Oh,
while you're watching the news, one candy cane.
You know what's going on now too is parents are bringing like fucking freshly baked cookies and they're putting them on the table right there, and I can't fucking just look at them, man.
No,
like,
you got to watch yourself this time of the year.
Man,
you got to
really,
really watch.
And I typically don't eat sweets. I don't keep any sweets in my pad because I'll get stoner munchies, and I'll fucking, if it's a box of cookies or something, I'll eat the whole box. So I don't even keep anything in my pad that I have to cook everything. I make sure I have to cook it. Otherwise, I'll get like the munchies and eat all this shit. But
it's funny because yesterday I ate my points for the day are 41. That's what I'm allowed. And yesterday I ate 60. Thank God you have like extra points to dip into. But I ate
the holidays,
60.
Man.
No, I ate 60 because the pie put me over. The pie and the ice cream put me over
for sure.
top.
Oh man, it's like pure sugar.
But it was, you got to watch yourself this time of the year.